Welcome back to Help with Video. I'm Ken Okel. We've got a big tip today. This is one of the questions I get a lot from people. It's a basic one, and you're usually on one side or the other of the argument. What are we talking about? The question is whether you sit or whether you stand when you're recording your videos. Haha. Okay, let's talk about this. First, let's look at it professionally. What do the professionals do? Well, when I worked in TV news, when I was a news anchor, we sat. When I was a weather person, interacting with maps and stuff, you stood. Really, we want to talk more about what's the best thing for you. Now, I was thinking about it. Probably about 60% of these clips I do standing. The other ones I do sitting. Now, some might be if I'm a little tired, rather sit, I'll do that. Some might be if I feel like I need a little more energy from standing. You know, right now I'm talking with my hands, even if you can't see it. So there, standing works really well for me. Couple things I want you to keep in mind if you're going to be sitting, okay? If you're sitting, you don't want to be like too far back in the chair. Now that may work great if you're in a conversation with someone, but if you're doing it on video, you might look like a supervillain. So what I would suggest is, if you're going to sit in a chair, sit almost on the edge of the chair, so you're kind of almost leaning forward. Another tip you may want to do, if you're wearing a jacket, take your jacket from the back, pull it down a little bit. When you sit down, sit on your jacket. This gives you a nice line up above, kind of makes you look sharp so you don't get all the bunchy jacket stuff that can happen when you're sitting. So a couple suggestions for sitting. If you're standing, I do find that you probably have a better flow of oxygen, and you may be able to, like as I said, use your hands a little bit more, interact a little bit more. One thing you need to be careful of, do you start a little dancing, a little swaying? That can get really annoying for your audience. So you have to almost think about, I am planting my foot here, I am planting my foot there, there's the camera, I'm going to keep interacting. Now the same thing can happen to a chair if it is a swiveling chair. You have extra energy. Maybe you're a little bit nervous, you start moving. Big distraction, sitting or standing. Final thing I want to talk about is your energy. When I give a live presentation, I'm standing. If I was to be giving a presentation for hundreds of people or even a small boardroom, I would probably stand, one, so they could see me, two, I'm a little taller than all of them, also I can interact with them more energy, better oxygen. That's just me. If you're someone who may be having to do a lot of takes of something or recording a lot, sitting might work better for you because you can kind of save some of the energy that you have when you're having to stand. When you're sitting, you can focus maybe a little bit more on your performance. So there is no one way to do it. Find the way that works best for you. And you may have to play around a little bit. Standing, sitting, just have some fun, figure it out. For more tips like these, go to the website, helpwithvideo.com. All sorts of tips on the blog. We've got the ebook there, Mastering Video. We've got the equipment page. You can ask a question at the bottom of any page. Just click on a little link, speak through your computer's audio, and I'll get the question. We can answer it in a future episode. Finally, if you're like, hey, I like this Ken guy, I want more of him. Now, of course, there's all these other clips on Help with Video, but did you know that I also have a podcast? Slightly different focus, the 2-minute takeaway podcast. Check it out on iTunes. Maybe if you want to hear me instead of just seeing all this, you'll enjoy the show. Okay, I'm Ken Okel. Take care.